As most of you know, about 7 years ago I developed a funky form of epilepsy, and my doctor has said that I might be able to have a kind of brain surgery, really simple, that could eliminate the seizures. Well, last night I was in a hangout, and after coming out of a seizure, I thought I'd just been tired, but no, looking at the footage now, I see that I'd actually had about as much of a seizure as I can get without passing out. That's probably why I'm so very tired this morning, which is why I haven't clapped my contacts to my eyes yet. Actually, this morning I've been kind of close to tears even. This is not a pleasant sensation. There's kind of I hesitate to call it a hangover, but there is kind of a recovery time. Anyway, a few months ago I made a video for my alternative channel, my gaming channel, describing my condition, along with some footage of what my seizures look like. Well, after last night, I decided to put this video here just because it was so damn public, and so people who watched the hangout can understand just what happened. I wasn't planning on doing this. It seemed like I might be, clickbaiting or trying to profit twice off the same video or something, but as I said, I think I owe people a proper explanation now. The video is unedited aside from this intro, so if I repeat myself in it, sorry. Hey everybody, Kate here. So, as you may or may not know, I guess it depends on how long you've been subscribed to me, I've had epilepsy for the last, 7, maybe coming up on 8 years now. Not entirely sure, I'd have to check. I used to think that epilepsy was something you had to be born with right from the start, that it didn't develop over time. And technically what I've got is congenital, it just took a while for that hole in my brain to get big enough for it to actually affect me. Apparently, that's what I've been told anyway. They tell me they should be able to, if not cure it, at least mitigate it some by, and this is really, really basic, sticking a laser back there through a needle and just cauterizing that hole so it can't fill up with fluid and thus not make me have seizures when it clenches. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a brain surgeon. To prep for this, which may happen in, they were saying April or May, I have to go through a whole bunch of testing procedures just to make sure they really know what they're doing, which I'm glad they're gonna do. One of these tests I did a week or two ago, they hooked up a bunch of EEG electrodes to my head and then induced a couple of seizures. I held off on making this video until I could get the footage of the seizures from my doctor.
And am I talking to somebody on the other end, or is it just that I'm being recorded?
Recorded.
Oh, okay.
They stuck these things on with some sort of really stinky gel.
That's why he threw me out of the room.
Yeah, that's exactly why. And I don't know, and that sort of cross right in the middle of my forehead, that was to place the other ones. There's not a missing electrode.
Okay.
So
that's where they drill the 1/4-inch hole.
right. Fortunately, they did not make me shave my head or anything, but they did these funky ass braids. Look at that.
I know.
And for those of you who know me at all well, there's Howie sitting next to Dad. So here's the thing. I've experienced all of my seizures from inside my own head, seeing what I see, feeling what I feel, thinking what I think, which is frequently either nothing or pretty fucking jumbled. Regardless, the point is that I'd never seen one from the outside. I didn't know what one looked like. I'd never been staring in the mirror when one happened. I'd never been recording a YouTube video and all of a sudden started twitching and foaming in front of the camera. So this is actually the first time I've ever gotten to see what I look like when I'm having a seizure. So here I am just lying in bed, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere I just start flipping out. Now they kept calling it lip smacking. To me it looks more like chewing, which makes sense because sometimes I wake up with the inside of my mouth fucking shredded. It also kind of looks like I'm trying to get myself off under the covers, but you'll see in one of the ones where I'm actually awake when this happens that my arms just start to flail about. Apparently they have some sort of monitoring station that's manned 24/7 where all of the different epilepsy patients are being watched on a screen, and when an event like this starts to happen, they go, oh hey, let's go deal with it. I would seriously not want that job. It sounds boring as hell, because you have, a couple of minutes of excitement punctuated by these long hours of nothing happening. And now here comes the rescue brigade.
Dear, can you tell me your name? Tell me your name.
They got a bunch of questions they're supposed to ask you to see how lucid you might be, but I was asleep before this seizure happened, so I may not have been able to answer those questions in the first place.
Kate, can you hear me? Yeah, can you open your eyes?
He's sounding 98%.
Can you open your eyes, Kate? Can you tell me your full name? I want you to remember the word apple. Can you move your hands?
Not apple, sardine, red dog. Red dog with two both arms and what is your name? Red dog. Remember the word red dog.
Red dog. Apple, not apple?
No more. They changed that. Red dog, raise both arms and what is your name?
Can you lift your arm? Kate.
Patient is answering but still closed eyes. Her eyes.
I have to admit, the first time I saw that, it was, I don't know if chilling is the right word, but wow, I'd never seen that before. It's, well, I mean, to know that you're not that in control of yourself, that you can lose that much ability to command your own self, your own body, it's a bit to take in, isn't it? I mean, like I said, I've only ever seen my seizures from the inside until now, and the ones I remember, because apparently I can forget quite a few of them, were almost like little miniature adventures in a weird sort of way. I mean, I could be walking around in a perfectly familiar neighborhood when I'm lucid, when I'm not having a seizure, but while I'm having it, I have no idea where the hell I am. Nothing looks familiar. I've walked right past home and not known that's what it was. It's kind of strange. It's like there was a book I was reading a while back about someone who had been blindfolded, taken on a plane, and then dumped somewhere in the country and not told where, and their whole job is to get home somehow. And it kind of felt like that until the haze started to drift away. So you don't really get to see the profound effect it's actually having on you until you see it from the outside like I just did. It's easy to live in this sort of blissfully ignorant bubble. And so it's kind of profound to finally see it for what it really is. This is the only one that happened while I was awake. The others all occurred while I was sleeping. I honestly don't remember this one happening, and you can see I look like I'm chewing, and my arm is going nuts on me, but like I said, I don't remember this at all. I'm conducting an orchestra with a mouthful of peanut butter, apparently. I mean, despite seeming kind of confused here, it seems like the actual seizure symptoms stopped rather quickly, rather abruptly compared to when they came on. Thing is, though, like I said, I'm very confused, very disoriented, don't know where I am, and all of these foreign objects stuck to my head are just freaking creepy. Where'd that come from?
Oh, okay.
I'm shocked I didn't think I was being abducted into a UFO and about to be probed or something.
Oh, don't pull anything off. Don't pull anything off. Oh, don't pull. Are you pulling the leads off? Are you having a seizure right now?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get this,
Oh. What are you trying to do with it? Tell me.
just trying to get this off.
Oh, no. Keep this on. So you're in the hospital right now for the seizures? You're here for... Oh, don't pull.
What happened?
All right. Can you tell me your name?
Kate,
Kate?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Do you know where you are, Kate?
right now?
Yeah.
I guess not.
Okay, let me tell you, you're at UCSD, okay?
Don't pull it up.
Yeah, don't pull. Yeah, don't pull. I know. Sorry. I'm Jackie. I'm your nurse this evening.
Right.
Okay. Can you remember red dog for me? I'm going to ask it probably.
Red dog?
Yeah, I know. Weird word.
I have
Okay.
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Can you give me 2 thumbs up?
So what?
2 thumbs up?
Oh.
I know. Kind of weird, huh? Okay. So,
They have to do that annoying set of questions every single time, and they're right on the wall here in case they forget them. What's your name? Remember the word blank. What hospital are you at? Tap your fingers on both hands together.
So I don't even remember doing any of that.
Because you didn't. You couldn't.
That question and answer thing actually gets even worse. Badgering me when I'm coming out of a seizure, probably not the best idea in the world because you're just going to freak me out. But the only person who seems to realize that's a bad idea is my dad.
What is your name? What is your name? Stop grabbing. Stop grabbing.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Don't
stop
take
grabbing.
it.
Don't take it. Kate, that's okay,
There you
Kate.
go. That's okay.
No.
Listen to Liberty.
Yeah.
Listen to Liberty.
What is your name? What is your name?
Kate.
Okay. Did you remember the dog? No, don't
Okay, don't take it up.
Don't
Don't
look.
take it up.
No, don't take it up.
Get her. It's
Don't
her.
take it
Don't
up.
take it up.
Don't take it off. You're in a hospital, honey, and you have
Kate, don't Kate.
Honey,
Kate.
Kate, on earth, come on. You have
Kate.
electrodes on your head. No.
Okay, no.
Let your hands from it. Listen, honey, you're in the hospital. You're getting testing for epilepsy, and you just had a little
Kate,
accident.
do you know where you are? Where are you?
Wait, don't ask me a question for a minute, because she doesn't know. Honey, listen. Just don't take anything off here. You have 26 electrodes
Why
on you.
can't I just take this stuff
You
off?
can't. You
Why?
You have to be here for 3 days. You need two more events, and then they're monitoring everything. Hon, don't touch it. Don't touch your head. Believe me.
Okay, I'm sorry, but right
No.
now what's going on is
You're really
you're
confused, honey.
making everything you're saying makes
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to you because you forget that you're here in the hospital for this. But it's better not to ask her too many questions because she gets very confused.
Yeah.
It's better to remind her where she is rather than to ask her because she doesn't
Oh,
know.
it's part of our protocol.
I know, but
She
it's
happened,
going to
yeah.
make it worse. It's going
Yeah.
to aggravate her, which
Yeah.
she doesn't need.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's
we'll do
okay.
that.
Man, that's hard to watch. Yeah, so, needless to say, that's what epilepsy is like in my world, and now I know. I had no idea. I mean, you look at me doing this here, I look damaged, and I guess I am, because they're going to try to fix it, but still.
Somebody's in the restroom.
You know, I've never found that room restful. The bed is here. This is the restroom.
Okay. Well, Kate, you ready to go home?
Very much so.
Okay. Excellent. Hi,
Knock
Ron.
anybody over.
How are you? Well, I told you that if you had enough events, we get you out early.
I
You
didn't
did.
even know I had a seizure yesterday.
You did.
He's on parole.
Yeah. So here's the summary of what occurred during this study, and then we'll talk briefly about how we want to move forward.
Okay.
So the summary is that you had 4 of your typical seizures, and you had 1 possible or a maybe. Yeah, you weren't quite sure. So the 4 seizures kind of all look pretty similarly. All right. There's one of them in which I can't tell because you had the bed sheets.
Oh, that. Okay, yeah.
That one. So, but even under the bed sheets, I saw that you're moving your hand and stuff like that. But the other one's pretty clear in terms of what you're doing. So, the 2 studies that we have, the MRI and this video EEG study, are all kind of pointing to that left temporal area as the region where the seizures are
That's-
generated.
Like a sort of language center, I'm told, yes?
Well, the left temporal lobe is a center that's often associated with what we call verbal memory and language. It depends on the individual how much of the memory and language live in the temporal lobe. So we're all a little bit different, but you're right. As a general rule, for most right-handed people, the left temporal lobe subserves language and subserves verbal memory.
But I'm left-handed.
That's my point.
Okay. Okay.
So we really don't know exactly where your language and your verbal memory lives. In order for us to find that out, we'd have to do some further testing.
Okay.
So my recommendation to you at this point in time is that as long as you're still interested in pursuing a surgical option, and I think it's a good option, then we need to continue with some of those testing that we talked about when you were in the clinic with me.
I'm guessing that won't involve an extended stay like this one.
It will not.
Okay.
It will not. So
Okay.
it will be. I see you really enjoyed your stay here with us.
Yes, I was thrilled. Absolutely thrilled.
You really enjoyed the amenities, I can tell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what we will need to do is we'll need to do a PET scan. PET stands for positron emission tomography scan. And we'll need to do what we call a neuropsychological assessment.
Is that the one where you turn off half my brain one at a time?
Nope, that's the WADA study.
Oh, that's right. I
That's
forgot.
the more invasive study.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Okay.
The neuropsychological test is usually about a 2.5 to 4 hour test, depending on how long it takes for you to do the test.
Right.
And they ask you all sorts of questions, have you do all sorts of tasks, and the goal is to try to get a better understanding of your language abilities, your cognitive processing, your memory, attention span, mood, things like that.
Hey, look, something shiny. Sorry, my attention span.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, I am curious. I mean, the surgery sounds rather less invasive than one might expect when you hear the words brain surgery. So, yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Well, here I am, about to go home and looking rather like an explosion in a Velcro factory or possibly someone in a reggae band. So, Here we go. Never done this before. Never been wheeled out like in the movies.
See you later.
So, yeah. Couple of more rounds of testing. Fortunately, nothing like staying in the hospital for 4 days. And believe me, my ass started to hurt sitting on that bed for that long. And then we'll see about actually drilling into the old headmeats, like I said. That's my world right now.